Now then, people, it's Joe, All Leeds TV, and it is Monday Night Football team time. As you can see, guys, I'm still not in my house. Apologies for that. The set isn't what it once was, but we are currently looking for other accommodation. And don't worry, everywhere we look, I keep saying to our lass, this room would be ideal for All Leeds TV. So I'm getting my priorities right, as you'd expect, making sure that I have an area for All Leeds TV and Monday Night Football. And we went to view one place. Sorry, I know this isn't football related. We went to view one place and she was like, oh, it has a study, you know. I went, don't you mean it has an All Leeds TV room? So yeah, priorities and that. But listen, we'll get there soon. So plenty to discuss in this offering of Monday Night Football. If someone could keep me updated as well with Wolves and Scum, because I've got a few Wolves players in my dream team. So if Wolves do score, please let me know who the scorers are. So yeah, plenty to discuss. Obviously, we had a fantastic result away at Wigan. Tough place to go. They were unbeaten in 12 before Stoke in the Cup. They were unbeaten in 11 in the league. That goes back to last season. Obviously, they beat us as well, as we all know, at Elland Road. Much like this game, they had a man sent off. So, fantastic result. Good to see Patrick Bamford get a brace. That's all you can ask for. I can see, you know, your comments coming in, and I will get to them in a second. On the Patrick Bamford thing, as I said in my post match, I thought giving it all this he was getting a little bit ahead of himself. I know people dislike that, and I know he's entitled to do that, but I just think he's been getting everyone's support. Every game that we've been to, whenever he's scored prior to him scoring, even against Nottingham Forest when he missed arguably three chances. Yeah, three. Two of them he should have scored. Even after that, when he chipped Muric, we were singing Patrick Bamford. So for me, he has been getting the support. And I just think the type of goals that he scored, and I'll get onto the thing about he nearly missed. Listen, I understand he waited for the ball to drop and he puts his left foot on it. What I'm saying, I know that. I'm not saying he was trying to hit it in the centre of the goal. I understand what he was doing. But a yard out and that goes wide. Watch it back. People tell me to watch it back, which is fine. A lot of people say, no, he was doing the right thing. Basically waited for the ball to drop and put his left foot on it to send it into the corner. All I was saying is, if he was a yard further back, when he puts his left foot on it, that goes wide. He didn't have full control of the effort on goal. But listen, he scored the goal, and I'm buzzing for the lad. Don't get it twisted. I said prior to the season starting on the very first Monday Night Football, watch it back. I said it on the Conor and Joe show. I've said it on Instagram. He needs our full support. Giving him abuse isn't going to work. I was just being a bit tongue-in-cheek, listening, early missed, and the second goal, he ran it into the net. It was a bit like a rugby try. So I was like, why is he giving it all this? But it is what it is. After all that, please smash a like on the video. I forgot to do that already. There's 6 likes at the minute, so let's ramp them likes up if you please could. And also, guys, if you could please sponsor me. The link is on my social media. It's on the link on previous videos. I'm doing the English Free Peaks for Macmillan Cancer Trust. You've probably heard it a lot now, so I won't go too much into it. But if you could please support me, that's for a great cause. And I'm even missing the Derby game. I'm going to miss the Derby game. I was thinking about this the other day. And I was on my run, as you all know. I've been doing a bit of fitness and that. And I remembered back to when I was a young'un, right? Or of age, like a young'un. Didn't really have much growing up, genuinely. My mum had 4 boys, single parent. I'm going a bit deep on you here. But my mum had 4 boys, single parent. And yeah, it was a struggle, all right? It was a struggle at times. And I could never really get to Leeds games. I remember my uncle said he would take me for my birthday. My mum's fella, her ex-fella, I'll take you. And it never came. And even from such a young lad, I was just, you know, in love with Leeds. Do you know what I mean? It felt like a family. It does now. Do you know what I mean? A lot of my best friends now I've met through Leeds, yeah? And I just thought about it, and I thought, do you know what? I've got a season ticket there that I'm not going to be using because I'm going to be doing the English Free Peaks. I'll find a little pub in the Lake District where it is and watch it in there. And I was thinking, do you know what? I want to give that ticket to someone totally free, for someone who maybe doesn't have the opportunity to go to games because of funds, and things like that. So if anyone, you know, can't get to games, does struggle to get to games, and would like to go, then please DM me, please message me, because I would like to do something for. I know it's not much. Listen, it's not much. It's only going to see a game, yeah, but tickets at the moment sell like hotcakes, right? It's a struggle to get to the game. Derby's a big game, you know. It is the first time we'll meet them after, you know, the old playoff semi-final. It's a bit like Voldemort, that game that should not be named. Harry Potter reference for you there. So yeah, I was thinking about it, and listen, I could give it to my friends or whatever, but I thought, no, do you know what? Someone who maybe struggles to get to games, something I'd have maybe liked when I was a young'un, or, you know, it's a struggle, then I'll be willing to give my ticket to someone. So if, you know, my friend that goes to the games, who I stand next to, and Claudio, who you all know from the channel as well, he sits near me, so you could easily meet them. They'll get you into the ground and then give them the season ticket back. Like I say, I don't just want to give it a random, because I might never see it again. But no, but genuinely, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because like I say, I understand it's expensive due. But if anyone would like to get to the game and would like to go watch Derby versus Leeds, and us tank them again, Philip Cocu's Derby, then please get in touch. Please drop me a DM, and I will sort you that ticket out, genuinely. Yeah, so let's talk. So let me know your thoughts. You probably have already. Let me know your thoughts on Bamford. If you've watched my post-match, was it a little bit hard? Do you think he actually missed? Do you actually think it? Well, obviously you don't think he missed, because he didn't. He scored. Sorry, but do you think? I mean, the goals weren't very convincing, were they? Is what I'm saying. So when he's giving it all this, I felt it was a little bit much. And then we'll have a chat about that first of all, and then we'll have a touch on Brentford. I am going to give you a pre-match as well tomorrow, along with Conor and Oscar. We'll all have a pre-match out. Let's have a little bit of a chat about the Championship as well thus far. The movers and the shakers. Cardiff haven't looked great, have they? Cardiff haven't looked good at all. Brentford haven't, to be fair, but I think for me, form goes out of the window in this game. I know it's not a derby, but Brentford players will be so up for this game, believe me. I remember last season listening to Billy B's podcast, who does a bit of work with Sky. He basically said that after Orta, as we've all seen on the Take Us Home documentary, after Orta went in the dressing room and kicked off after the dive from Ollie Watkins, they wanted to beat us so bad. That included Morpay, that included Watkins. He basically, the guy who does the Bees podcast, is pretty close to them, and he'd said he goes to England games and all sorts, so he's pretty close to the squad, and he'd seen him in an hotel, and they were like, listen, we want to beat them so bad. So they'll still have that, and then there's the added spice of Pontus Jansson as well, isn't there? So yeah, we'll have a chat about that as well. I'm rambling now. I gave you a bit of my life story, didn't I? I went a bit deep. So let's bring it back up a bit, and let's get into some of your comments. So Will Hartley, loving the vid so far, Joe. Pass thanks on to the rest of the team. Thank you very much. I mean, I would like to say they all watch me, but they don't. They have enough of me chewing their ear off in the WhatsApp messages. So yeah, don't worry, I will pass on that. What do you think of the Championship roundup, guys? It's a new feature we've started. Really enjoyed watching it. I know Conor and Oscar have both done it. I was supposed to do this weekend, but Oscar's doing it. Unfortunately, I'm away in Blackpool, taking the family to Blackpool and the kids to the Pleasure Beach next weekend, so I won't be doing that one either. But I will be looking to do it very soon. And it's sort of stepped up a little level. Unfortunately, guys, you ain't going to get all that editing stuff from me. You will get all the championship roundup, but if you've been watching Conor's videos lately, they are really quality. But unfortunately, guys, that's not my style, and it's not because I don't think it's cool, because it is. It's just I'm 31 and I'm no good with my computer. I can just about work a phone. But who knows, I need to put in the graph there, and you'll see some editing stuff from me soon enough. Stephen Bell says, official Leeds United site is currently 1,000 more subscribers per week because they're also doing a great job. Yeah, we're doing a better job though. DJ says, support all Leeds TV, my man. AJL UFC says, Big Joe lad. Josh Johnson says, now then lad, now then people. It's become a bit of a trademark of mine, that now. Jonathan O'Grady says, my favourite time on a Monday. Thank you very much, Squire. Jonathan actually messaged me before this and said, when you going live? So I'm here, Jonathan. Thanks for tuning in. Sam Halgate says, Ajo LUFC, what a gimp. Why, Sam? Why is he a gimp, mate? Sam Howe says, suck out. Yeah, let's not abuse each other. Let's not do that. Jake Jarvis says, yo, Joe, looking good, bro. It's our time marching on together. It is our time, believe me. Stephen Horseman says, you're now talking to my members of #1 LUFC page. Yes, Stephen. Jaggy Bab says, how's the fundraising going? Absolutely fantastic, mate. I have been absolutely inundated with support from you guys. The target was 214, they said, in order to take part in the event. And obviously you had to pay a part to actually go as well. So yeah, we've smashed it. We're nearly at £400 in just a week. I think Jaggy Babs, I mean, you donated £50. Like a lot of people have donated a lot of money, and I'm in awe. You know, some person gave me £3, £1 per peak. It genuinely doesn't matter. It all counts. And yeah, I'm so grateful for the support. And like you say, it's in aid of a great charity in Macmillan Cancer Trust. So thank you so much for that. Sean Fox says, hi Joe, do you know the last time Leeds scored from a free kick? I don't, mate. Genuinely, I don't. Not off the top of my head. My memory is done in. Dave Gary says, I'll take another 26 goals off Bamford's arse. Yes, 100%. Do you think he'll hit the 20 goal mark? He looks on course to. 100%. He's scored now like 3 and 3. That's all you can ask, isn't it, at the end of the day? Yeah, Big Smurd says, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Who cares how the goals go in? 100%, I agree. Mark Biko says, hi mate, do you think Bamford will come good this season and take us up? Because I really think he will. He's already doing that, isn't he? He's scored 3 and 3, he's been in decent positions. It's just we can't have enough, we don't want to see a repeat of last season where it costs us, like it did in the Forest game. I know we got a point and that's the good thing, but it did cost us. The finishing let us down. We should have won that game, and Bamford had a fair few chances, and I think Nketiah scores them. I mean, he scored today in the under-23s. The Dan Bob 1982 says, if we're going to criticise types of finishing, you could knock half of Owen's goals and any other poacher for that matter. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not criticising, genuinely. Just let me get that out there. I'm not criticising the finishing. It was more a case of this and like, calm down, Paddy. You know, we are supporting him. I feel like he has been getting support. Lever Sandals says, nice gesture, no worries. Jimbo says, is in the disabled area because I can't get a ticket to save my life. I'm not in the disabled area, no mate, if that's what you're asking me. Tom Gill, I agree, he was lucky to score, Joe. He has got a few weaknesses in his game, as we all know, but if he's scoring even when he's not at his best, that's surely a good sign, 100%. Andrew Batty says, at the end of the day, a goal is a goal. I don't care if Bamford uses his big toe, neither do I, mate. The Smiths Elvis says, I think Bamford is really making the effort to bring something to the table. He's imposing himself on the game more. 100%, I agree with that. He's putting himself about. We have to all agree on that. If you look at the first game against Bristol City, he gave Moore and Callas a run. Mate, he put them both on the deck at one point, and you weren't getting that from him last season. Gail Dale says, I love that name. I love that name, Gail Dale. Me and my brother were lucky used to walk from 10-year-old every home game and some away games, and we were never well off, so I don't know how we managed to afford it. Yeah, it's expensive do, isn't it, guys? James 98 says, I think we need to address the striker issue in January. If Bamford can't do it week in, week out, we should have been 3 points against Forest. I think we've already addressed it with the introduction of Eddie Nketiah. Smith Elvis says, Joe, I'll tell you what surprised me in the Athletic Q&A after the Wigan game. He thinks we are a top 6 side. I was surprised he didn't rate the team higher than that. Yeah, who was that? Was that Phil? if that was Phil, I was speaking to Phil in the car, as you all know. I went to the game with him. I went to the game with Phil here, yeah, he did say that. He said that in the car as well, that he felt we were a top 6 side. Listen, I think for me, we're going about business at the minute. We're going about business. We haven't even got out of second gear for me, and we're beating teams. We're looking comfortable. We haven't really been tested. Kiko Casilla in the Forest and Wigan game made more key passes, more key touches than their attackers. Tells you all you need to know. We're going about our business, and we're doing it quietly now, just trotting along. No sort of worries in that area. I think it could be our time. I think we could do it. I genuinely think that. Paul Brunton says, what do you think of the James saga on the documentary? It was brutal, wasn't it? I felt so sorry for him. And do you know one big thing? And I did say it, and not to say I'm like Nostradamus or anything, but I did say that Orta would come out of this documentary with so much love, because you can tell the passion he has for the club, and he did, man. Everyone's absolutely buzzing with Victor Orta. Let's have a look. AJL UFC says starting 11 for Wednesday. Yeah, a lot of people, Danny Winters, have agreed. It'll be the same again. It will be. You're always going to get that with Bielsa. That's why the likes of Costa and Ketia have all played today. Mateus Bogus, because they need game time, and that's what it's about. It doesn't matter what level you're at. A lot of people might look at that, and this is why we'll never have no prima donnas in this Bielsa side, because you'll be expected to play for the under-23s. A lot of people would go, well, I'm not doing that. Do you know what I mean? I was listening, you know, when Glenn Johnson absolutely battered Saido Berahino on TalkSport the other week. He was talking about why he got pushed out at Stoke, and it's because he refused to play a reserve game. And he was saying, oh, it's not because I don't rate reserve games, it's just I don't think I needed to. You're never going to get that with Bielsa, right? Bielsa, you play it, otherwise you'll be out of the door. We've seen that. Yeah, Smith Elvis says he doesn't rate, Phil Hay doesn't rate as higher than the top 6. Carl says, can't stop listening to the Shadowlands version of March On Together. Truly beautiful and haunting. Yeah, it's a little bit depressing, I find. Darren Long says, loving Barndor Bamford's newfound strength and effort this season, but him and off-year line Kiko will cost us this season. Keep the good work up. I don't think they will, mate. I hope not anyway, and I really rate Kiko. It's just my opinion. I know people think I'm crazy, Conor being one of them. Wayne Titch Jones thinks Costa will start. I can't see it, mate. I can't. And for me, where does he come in? Where does he come in? Because Click and Forshaw have been bossing the midfield, so you don't move anyone in there. The only thing lacking from Forshaw so far this season for me has been a goal. I think he's been pretty class. Him and Forshaw, him and Dallas sort of stand out. If you think back to last season, what he did with Cooper, what he did with KP, they were standouts. I think Forshaw and Dallas could be that this season. He makes everyone better, and Forshaw for me is looking class this season. Just my opinion, guys. He doesn't come on for Harrison, because for me Harrison's played really, really well, and he's getting more confident at every game, starting to take men on, beating men at will, and crossing balls into the box. And then Pablo on the right. Pablo's never coming out of the side, so I just don't see how you fit Costa in at the minute. Stephen Horseman says, do you think Conor looks like Mason Mount like a lot of others? Mate, he's a hybrid of Mason Mount, Jack Grealish and Ryan Kent. He's a good looking boy, isn't he? Stuart Smith, Joe, why are the club bringing these quality players in like Costa and not using them? It's not the club, it's Bielsa, mate. And we moan when the club don't bring them in. What do you think? Love listening to your show, Leeds. Thank you for the support, mate. Yeah, it's just the Bielsa way, mate. He's not going to play him until he feels he's at a level already, and you can't really say at this minute in time. I know we would all, and the majority of other managers would start Costa, and he'd probably maybe even perform better than a Harrison or a Pablo, but maybe not Pablo, but better than a Harrison. But the thing is, Bielsa's so loyal, and he's not going to do that, and until their performances slide, then that's when Costa will be brought into it. Look at Jack Clark. We were all calling for Jack Clark to start, and I thought he dealt with him well, and when he came on against Villa, he was absolutely unreal. He started him against Derby, he was class. I think that's what you're going to find. He'll probably come on Costa, win as a game, changes a game, and then Bielsa will put him in. Holy Ghost said, hey, yo, Pierce to the gods and earths. Bamford will score 20 plus goals this season, very much like Chris Wood, confidence player, 3-3 for Paddy. Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. I hope he gets top scorer. What a turnaround that would be. Gary says, loads of focus on individuals. Bamford should score more, Costa should start, even Nketiah should start. 43 games left, will all play a massive part. Gary talking shut. Oh, that is who Dev Gary is. Hey, I should have really noticed that. Thank you for tuning in, mate. You know, this, he'll be using this. Gary Dev will be using this to get like ideas for talking shut, because I'm like, he looks up to me. I'm only joking, mate. Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Look, for me, yeah, Bamford, I don't know, like, he's got my full support, and like you said earlier on, if he's 46 or 26 goals off his arse, it don't really matter, does it? Yeah. Joe Bennett says, how unreal is Ben White? For me, is a Rolls Royce of a centre-back. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think he doesn't play for Brighton. The reason being, he has that much of a barnstormer season for Leeds United this season that someone higher than Brighton takes him. Genuinely believe that. But then again, where Brighton are going under Graham Potter, they look like a side, you know. I even put two of their players in my dream team. They look a side. That's probably why I'm bottom of the league. Let's have a look. No changes needed yet. Injuries will come soon enough. Yeah, I think they will, but hopefully nowhere near as much as they did last season. As honestly, genuinely, when I seen the lineup for the under-23s today while I was sat at work, I thought Costa's going to get injured. Costa is going to get injured. Adam Chadwick says, doesn't matter if they are scuffed in, tapped in or screamers, they all count for the same. Also, I don't mind the celebration. Shows he has bite and alright to give some back after what he has got. Yeah, fair enough. But is he going to continue to do it? Because he's had support. Listen, he's had a few idiots jeering him, but the majority have supported him. Otherwise, you wouldn't hear 30-odd thousand after he misses the goal at Forest singing Patrick Bamford. Do you know what I mean? Philip Million says, what have you made of the Take Us Home documentary? For me, it shows how much the board care about the club. Heard we will visit the Kent deal again in January. Possibly we might, mate, but I've really enjoyed the documentary. Big Smurd says, how many Brentford bringing? If not many, leave them on bus and give us them all. To be fair, there's not many coming because they've already started selling the lower allocation in the away end, that other tier. So that's really good, isn't it? It's more Leeds fans. It's going to be interesting to see who gets them, because they've got to be safe for season ticket holders and members. So I guess they've done that so you just can't get randoms in there. But they're not going to do it in a game against Millwall or Cardiff, are they? You know what I mean? And to be, well, I'd say, will they sell the allocation? They won't. Cardiff and Millwall don't. So will they run the risk of putting fans there? I'm not so sure. But when it's a Brentford or a Fulham, do you know what I mean? There's not going to be much needle. But, you know, the South Stand absolutely give it to the away end anyway. If you've then got a core of fans just in front of that, yeah, it'd be lovely when you're battering a team, but when you're getting beat, I don't think it'd be all that great being there, if I'm being totally honest. But great move by the club. Fill the stadium more, get more money in, get more fans in, make the atmosphere even better. Sean Kirk says, main thing for me, Bamford is making it more difficult for defenders to defend against him. Something simple, but even running the channels and using his body against defenders is a huge improvement. Yeah, if you compare it with the Keogh incident in the game that should not be named, yeah, he's been class this season. Do you think Dallas will keep his place when Ayling returns? I do, based on current performances. We've seen that with Bielsa, he's loyal. Look at how Dallas ended the season, man of the match against Derby. Tried to get us through that semi on his own, and has been great for me this season. As I've said, I think him and Forshaw have been sort of standouts in terms of improvements that so far. Philip Million says, I expect goals Wednesday, especially with Pontus playing. Yeah, I'll touch more on Brentford in my next, you know, pre-match video, but they've not had a great start. To be honest, they lost against Birmingham. Yes, they absolutely battered Birmingham, but ultimately the goals is what counts, and they lost. They drew against Hull, should really be beating Hull. Hull are a good side. I mean, Jared Bowen is the only player in this division that scored more than 20 goals last season. The rest of them have been transferred out. You know, your likes of Abrahams, your likes of Che Adams, your likes of Morpay. But Bowen is the only player. So they do have Bowen and Grzycki, but really Brentford, if their credentials have been, you know, people are saying top two for Brentford And I just didn't see it, because I don't see how you can make that transition from being outside of the top 6 to suddenly, after one transfer window, be expected to be in the top 2. It just doesn't work like that for me in this division. But we'll see. Listen, form goes out of the window. They're going to be so up for this game. It's our first real acid test for me. Bristol City, I suppose, was a bit of a test, and they've shown that. I mean, they battered someone at the weekend. I forget who scored. I think Benny Kafobi scored, didn't he, on his debut for them? Was it 2 or 3-0? Bristol City won, and they are a decent side. But this for me is the first real acid test. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Cannot wait for Wednesday. Monday's finished now, as you all know, so we've only got 2 more days, or a day, and then it'll be game day, which I'm absolutely buzzing for. Shane Kirk, Dan James starting for Scum tonight. Still cuts deep. Yeah, it does. It does, mate. You're right. How's that game going anyway? I've got a few Wolves players in my dream team. Hopefully Jota and Ruben Neves have scored. Let's have a look. Jake Jervis, oh my God, Joe, how good is Ben White? Much better than Pontus and much calmer. How do we watch the film? So, yeah, let's get on to the Pontus Janssen thing. Ben White is arguably better suited to our style of play than Pontus Janssen. Not arguably, 100% is. Cooper seems to have taken on the Pontus Janssen role in the side, in that he's the muscle. Ben White's the baller. But Cooper's better with the ball at his feet than Janssen, if you know what I mean. So give Ben White the ball and let him do the biz. What are your thoughts on Pontus Janssen? Listen, I love the guy. He was at our club. He was absolutely immense. Was he a tit at times? Was he a knob at times? Yes. If the situation arises at the ground when we are winning the game, or he does something daft, I will be singing the Ben White chant, "Fuck Pontus Janssen." I will, because I think it's funny. It's no disrespect to the guy, because he did a lot for us, and if no one else is singing it, fair enough, then maybe I won't. But I don't know, it's football, man. Football's fickle. Oh, Martial 1-0, damn. Scum. Yeah, and I love the Ben White chant. 6'4", crossing the ball and he will score. Fuck Pontus Janssen. But yeah, listen, it's no disrespect to him, but you know, I've seen a lot of people say, oh well, he won't see it like that. No, right, okay, I understand. Binky's just tweeted out what a finish that is. So for a Leeds fan to say that's a great finish, it must be some finish by Martial. Yeah, so come on Wolves, you can do it. Let's have a look. Pontus will be up for it. He could be a liability, yeah. He could be too up for it, right? We know what he's like. Sean Kirk says, what reception do you feel Janssen should get? He'd probably get clapped, mate, let's be honest, but it all depends on how the game pans out. If he gives it loads to the ref, or you know what he's like, I think he could be in for a torrid time. Andrew Batty says, Forshaw will score soon, he's hungry for a goal, and he played a blinder the other day. Yeah, that's the only thing missing. He keeps missing, doesn't he? By like just a fraction. Just small margins at the minute. Guys, what's the lighting like? Can you see? It looks really dark. Let me just think. That's a bit better. What do you reckon of this chair, by the way? Leeds colours and that. Absolute beauty, isn't it? It's just a bit low on the old ground. But yeah, it's a beauty. Let's have a look. Did you see the Arsenal fans whining that Nketiah played for the under-23s? No, I didn't, mate. But you're going to get that, as I say. It's just so they've got game time. PH Leeds says, Fab Channel, Joe, sound coverage, thank you very much. Infectious says, I just got my takeaway after waiting an hour and then I knocked it off my couch onto the floor, fuming. I'd be fuming as well, mate. Just get it out off the floor, man. No way you can't lose a takeaway. Gail Dale says, is Costa like another Izzy Brown? I hope not. Big Smurd says, if you wear a Leeds shirt, should get 100% support. David Davis says, get your ass back to work, Joe. Phones are ringing. Security lads. David, get your ass back to work, Joe. Phones are ringing. Security lads. More? I don't know what you mean. Carl says, truly believe Roof felt unloved as we were sing Patrick Bamford, even though he was our top scorer. Not at all, mate. Whenever that guy entered or left the pitch, or when he scored, he would get Roof all the time. Will Grant, Bielsa did say that one of his mistakes last season was playing at the same team too often, so I do think he will change it about a bit, 100%. I hope that's right. I've not seen him say that, but I hope that is correct. Jake Fair says, rip out the horrendous boxes in the South Stand. I think that's something they will definitely be looking to doing. So, Gaildale, can you see Jansen heading the winner against the... Sorry, no, hopefully not. Philip Million says, not one team, let's be honest, have been standout. Cardiff poor, Huddersfield poor. Yeah, they have, mate, you're right. I think they've all been pretty shite apart from us. Big Smurd says, Pontus will play like Maldini tomorrow. I don't know, I think he'll have too much... But listen to this, right? Pontus, if Brentford score or if he scores, I genuinely think he will either look at the director's box or look at Bielsa and give it the all. Come on. I genuinely think he will. He'll make it about him. Sam Jacobs says, I love Janssen. I still wear my home top from 2 years with him on the back. Yeah, Lass has got I Love Pontus top that they did for the Children's Heart thing. But yeah, I've told her she needs to bin it. Let's have a look. Super LUFC said, I've come here as Wolves are losing. Steve White says, putting a light on there is a right shine from your head. Yeah, it's being follically challenged, unfortunately, mate. HLUFC says, why do you think we did play Eddie above Bamford? What do you mean? Philip Million says he will give the fist bump to the away end, possibly could as well, guys. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to get with Pontus at the end of the day, isn't it? Have any of you seen the the Brentford song that they've come up with for Pontus Janssen? Have any of you seen it? I've just retweeted it out on Twitter, but I'll give you a little blast of it because I thought it was absolutely brutal. Someone's actually corrected it because it's full of things, but so basically it says they've put song of the day. It says, oh, Pontus Janssen's magic, he wears a magic hat. He didn't like Bielsa, he thought he was a twat. He came to play for Brentford, the famous Mighty Bees, and when we're in promotion, we'll have a laugh at Leeds. That's what they've got in store for us, guys. What do you reckon? Absolutely brutal. Also, another bit as well that I've just seen. Terry Philippe sent a letter to Marcelo Bielsa a few days ago saying how grateful he was to have him as LUFC manager. And he's actually had a response. He got an email. It says, hi Terry, I'm Diego Flores, assistant of Bielsa. He wants to leave you a message. And on that message it says, dear Terry, I received a letter from you. I read it and I really appreciate your words. The staff and myself do our best to improve every day and try to achieve what we are looking for. I wish you a great year, Marcelo Bielsa. How amazing is that, right? What a guy. But yeah, just what a man. I would love him to be like my granddad or something, do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. Stuart Cundle says, Dan Scummy James has been booked for diving. Super LUFC makes a good point and says, remember last time Bamford came up against Pontus, he scored a hat-trick. I would love nothing more. I would love nothing more. So, yeah, Stuart Cundle, Foot Janssen, we have Ben White. Lee AM says, West Brom will win the league. I'm not bothered as long as we go up, mate, genuinely. Andrew Saxton, good day, mate, just logged on. Let's have a look. Jake Jervis, just to mention, I watched the Fulham vs Dog Botherers last Friday, so was I. Was like watching the SPL. By far, we are a superior team in this league and we deserve to be back. Fingers crossed. I think everyone wants us back now. Ian Mozza says, loving the new Berardi song, 100%. Voulez-vous, Berardi. Craig Tasler says, I still can't believe he has been given the armband at Brentford. Won't be long before his ego destroys that club. I mean, they're not even a club anyway, are they really? Andrew O'Connor says, if we win on Wednesday, I reckon we are up. Wow. Can't see us buggering it up in the final 42 games. This is it, title decider. Nathan Gaskell says, I'll be watching Wednesday all the way from Afghanistan. What are you doing in Afghan, mate? That's mad. Yeah, someone's saying all 12 of their fans singing it. Blotsin says, cheap shot at Leeds. Brentford could never reach our level in history. I agree. Jonathan O'Grady says, Janssen will forget he plays for Brentford and celebrate Leeds scoring. He has a lot of friends there, doesn't he? You've seen on the documentary that him, Alioski and... Oh, who else was it when they were sat around that table? They were just so tight. HLUFC says, why didn't we play Nketiah over Bamford on the weekend? Bamford's the main man, and he's the number 9, and he scored 2 goals. West Brom will win the league, in my opinion. Fulham second, us in third. Oh, I hope not. Yeah, Conor, Gaetano, Barra. Yeah, he's the man. And do you know what? That was it. Berardi was the one. If you see from that documentary, you could tell like Berardi is like a little bit of an elder statesman now. And you know, I know he gets reds and all that, but he, like Conor's just said there, he does live and die for the cause. And he's meant to have round the club. Let's not forget the sick note 6. Let's not forget that he went against that and got on that team bus for Neil Redfern. Do you know what I mean? He loves this club. He loves the city. He's even like, he's all over skylights. Do you know what I mean? He loves skylights. He wears the hoodie. He's got a guitar signed by them. You know what I mean? He just loves Leeds. Yeah, it's like a second home to him. And he look, even last season with the Pontus Jansson situation, he was the one reining him in. You know, we have this image that he is crazy Berardi, which he is. And he dives in that, but ultimately he's got it in here for me. He's a top guy, and I'd love to meet him. Yeah, he's just got it in here. Like he's in that dressing room for me. He's going to be a calming influence. You know, he said when Janssen first came, I grabbed a hold of him to try rein it in. You know, so yeah, it's brilliant to see. And I absolutely love Berardi. So I get people saying, he's limited, move him on, but not for me. He probably does so much in that dressing room, like a Liam Cooper. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Super LUFC says the Gaetano song is well old. Well, yeah, but it's still good, right? Not worried about Janssen now. He's getting trained differently from when he trained under Bielsa. Christo was saying that to his dad earlier about Berardi. Nathan Gaskell's in the army in Afghan. What a legend. Fair play, mate. That's dedication. Watching all Leeds TV all the way from Afghanistan whilst in the army. I take my hat off to you, sir. Any more? What have we touched on? Janssen. We've touched on Paddy Bamford. We spoke briefly about teams in the Championship. Is there anything else, guys? Because what I'm going to do when it's half time, I'm going to sign off. So you've got 8 minutes left of me. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot you can do in 8 minutes. I'll probably go about 4 times in 8 minutes. Just ask our lass. Yeah, man. Let's go. I'm running out of material. It's not really like me, is it? Maybe you've seen too much of us. Okay, Super LUFC, smart ass, yeah. Janssen can toss off, we are Leeds. Which loanee misses out on Wednesday, Clark or new goalie? Probably Clark. It does seem a bit of a strange one, the Clark one. I wonder if now the questioning it on whether or not it was. I mean, it's a great move from Leeds, because ultimately he can't get in the Leeds side, and I don't think any of us are sat here saying get him in, and we've got 10 million for him. You know what I mean? So I think it's probably Clark that misses out. It wouldn't surprise me if he's called back in January. Not because Tottenham want to use him, just because they want to get him game time. I don't think he's going to be used all that much, genuinely. Unless Bielsa looks at it tactically and thinks, right, okay, I'll just drop the keeper. I'm not sure. Jake Jervis says, documentary, mate, how do we watch it? It's on Amazon Prime. You need to watch it on there. Nathan Gaskell, cheers, pal. Make sure I watch your vids when I can. Thank you very much, mate, and thank you from all of us for being out in Afghanistan for the country. So what a ledge. Christo, Costa and Nketiah, you think Bielsa is saving them for second half of season when we fizzle out? No, mate, I just think they're not starters yet. Look, until someone makes an error or is having a poor game, they won't come in. Or unless they come off the bench and affect a game in such a way that we go on and win, or they have a standout performance, much like Clark did against Villa, for example. They're the sort of things you're going to see when they come in. We have had a super chat from Andrew Batty. He says, tenner for your Free Peaks challenge, buddy. Thank you so much. I will make sure that's added in to the Free Peaks challenge. You've probably all heard it now, but I will be doing the English Free Peaks from the 19th to the 21st of September. To be fair, I got my list today, and on the list of stuff that I need to buy, like hiking boots, walking sticks, all this sort of stuff, there was a thing called bladder system. And then I was like, bladder system? Are they wanting me to fucking piss in a catheter while I'm walking up these? I said, these hikes aren't that long that I need to relieve myself in a catheter. I'm not 80-year-old. Do you know what I mean? I was saying, I'll just have a piss. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it turns out, so I'm sat Googling bladder system at work, and it just kept coming up with a picture of the human bladder system. But it turns out what a bladder system is, because in brackets it says, or other water bottles, and I was like, it must be some sort of water bottle then, not an actual catheter. It turns out it's one of them packs that you put on the back, you know, where you can have like the little thing and drink water out of. And I'm doing the half marathon in a couple of months, so I was saying I'll invest in one of them then, because I'll be able to use it for that. But at first I thought, shit, is this walk going to be that bad that I'm going to have to piss while walking? As I've been doing a vlog like that. Now then people like with a weird face thinking, what's he doing? Oh, I'm just having a piss. It just won't feel right. But yeah, if you haven't already, please do sponsor me. The link is on social media and it'll be on the description to this video as well. So thank you. The ending to Take Us Home is so sad. Phil Million says, yeah, definitely. Craig Trassler says, all the best for the hike. He also works at Empower. All Empower are we? Hopefully in future, Craig will be doing one of the events for Macmillan, because that's what Empower do, a lot of the events for Macmillan, and yeah, we'll hopefully link up at one point, mate, and do a Macmillan for Empower event together. That would be really cool. We've also got Super LUFC's put £5 towards your piss bag. Thank you, mate. Yeah, Andrew O'Connor says you might as well get a catheter anyway. Might as well, Anna. Be much easier. Might as well just get one and just have one 24/7. Like, just sit here like that to use now. Like, with face, what's he doing? Oh, just having a piss, guys. Yeah, might as well just buy a catheter anyway. It'd be much easier, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I've got that to look forward to, which I really am. Anyone as well who missed out earlier, because I'm going to be missing the Derby game, because obviously I'll be finishing the English Free Peaks. I touched on earlier on how, you know, when I was younger, I maybe didn't have possibility to go to games due to, you know, my mum, single parent, 4 boys, very tough. So if anyone would like to go to the game that maybe struggles to go to games and doesn't have the funds available, I will give my season ticket card to an individual. Just drop in my DMs, slide in the DMs, yeah, I'll give my ticket to someone who can't make the game, and it'll be a decent game for you to go to as well. Let's have it right. The first time the Rams will be back at Ellen Road since that that fatal night, the game that should not be named. That's what I've now dubbed it as. Very Harry Potter-esque. The game that should not be named. Yeah, someone, I tell you while I was on that as well, when I talk about sliding into the DMs, obviously on Facebook, you know, add me, because I just add, it's basically, I don't really use Facebook for like personal reasons. It genuinely is just for Leeds TV. And some person like said, I cream over watching your videos. And the name was like a lass's name, and I was like, wow, I'm getting all Leeds TV groupies. But anyway, it was a bloke anyway. But just just the thing saying I cream over watching your videos, I was like, wow, yeah. He mad. Big Smur says, don't forget to carb up. I won't. Dylan Howard said, didn't realise Andrea's wife went to so many matches. Yeah, I remember, not last season, season before, I went to Bolton away, the first game of the season, and I just got back from Barcelona, so it was funny because football comes first, as you all know. Like I say, when the house flooded, I made sure I got these first. Our last goes mad. And basically we flew back from Barcelona into Manchester, and rather than come straight home, I said, right, we're staying in Manchester because I'm going to a Bolton game in the morning. So I just got back and then went straight to Bolton. And at that game, off point, that's when I met Andrea and Pontus. Pontus was actually at the game as well. I think he might have been injured or he could have been suspended. And his wife was at that game as well, to be fair. John DePario says, love your work, thank you. Danny Boy says, evening Joe. Andrew Saxon says, got to go, catch the first 3/4 of the video later, about to finish night shift, I get 4 days off. Yes, good eye mate, that's our friend from Australia. He met Tash when they were out there. He used to watch the game with Conor when Conor lived out there. Andrew Saxon says, will you pay for my airfare too? Unfortunately not, mate, I'm skint. Infectious guys, Joe's giving you a free ticket to a game. We are gonna win. You've got to go try get that. Yeah. Jake Fair says lock your doors, mate. Josh Russell says, Joe, how long have you been doing the YouTube channel? Since last season, mate. Super LUFC says my Monday night hand party right now. Danny Boy DJB says the documentary was lit. Really warm to Victor. I said this to everybody. Emmett Oliver says, will Arsenal recall Nketiah if we aren't playing him regularly over the next few months? Yeah, they probably could, mate, to be fair, because I believe it was a Dragon's Den style interview. They had to put forward the reasons as to why he should come. But I think by then he'll be in the team. Don't worry about that. Bielsa's probably getting him up to speed. But yeah, that's it, guys. Have you seen the podcast with Beckford on the EFL channel the other week? I haven't, mate. Tell you what, Sam from Super FC, I listen to a lot of podcasts, not the top 20, the second tier, the game day. I listen to podcasts already. Could you send me the link to that podcast? Because I just love my podcast. When Monday comes, I'm buzzing because I get the championship podcasts, I get the game day podcast, and then obviously Tuesday Talking Short, Wednesday LS11, Monday as well Square Ball. You just get a long array of podcasts, so I love it. WFC Sports says, is that Yoda mixed with Gandhi on your arm? No, it's Yoda, mate. Definitely doesn't look like Gandhi, but nice bit of banter. It's absolutely fantastic artwork, to be fair. Our lass's fella does them. If you look at that, that's Bane there. You won't see much better artwork, to be honest, if I'm being totally honest. You've got Joker there, you've got Darth Vader there, Davy Jones. If you want some tattoos doing, get in touch because I know a guy. Let's have a look. Zero Fox says, evening people. Yeah, Dylan House says he agrees with me about Bamford's chance. Gail Dale says take care. Yeah, guys, I believe that is it. So thank you so much for tuning in as per. I'm going to watch the second half now. They are nice, look like he has glasses. Yeah, maybe, does he? Let's have a look. Does he look like he's got glasses? That's brilliant work, man. Do you not think? That's brilliant. Anyway, enough about that. Yeah, guys, peace out, all that jazz. Please smash a like on the video before you do go. Please sponsor me in the English Free Peaks. And like I said to anybody, if you want to go to the Derby game and you struggle to yes, Max Branning, thank you, Sam. If you struggle to go to the game, please do drop me a DM. Please be genuine as well. I remember before when we did the 5k giveaway, when we give the 5k giveaway, a guy actually contacted me and pretended to be the lad that had won it. Made a fake account and everything, and then like we sussed it. We met the lad who won the 5k giveaway and gave him the stuff, and he was buzzing. But what I'm saying is, please be genuine. If you are struggling and you can't get the games, please be genuine. Don't, because it's for someone. Yeah, it's something nice to do, isn't it, for a change? Be class. But yes, please sponsor me. Please smash a like on the video if you haven't already. Please make sure you subscribe. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers, I believe. I know a lot of people have probably signed off because I said I was, but if you give us a sec, let's have a look what we're on. We're on, not now, let's go on our Leeds TV page. 9,635. So we've only got 400 left to go, which I know sounds a lot. But listen, at the start of the last season, if you look, we did a 5k giveaway right at the start of the season. We're now on 9,000, do you know what I mean? So it shows how far we've come as a channel, and we're so grateful for your support. But yeah, have a good one. See you soon, mate. Wait for Wednesday. Yeah, Super obviously get 400 in no time. Imagine we go to the Prem, man. It'll bang, buzzing. Anyway, we are going to the Prem. It don't matter. But I'm going to watch the second half of Scum and Wolves. Like, share, subscribe, hit a like on the video. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. You will have 3 pre-matches. Mine, Conor and Oscar's all pre-match of Brentford. No watch along, because everyone's going to be at the game as well. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all soon. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.